Hey guys, I have a quick little video to make here. There are some questions I've been getting asked quite often, and since I haven't updated my weight loss channel really in a very long time, I decided just to go ahead and make it quickly. It's just like a tiny little notepad of the questions I'm getting, boom, 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 quite often. So starting with, how did you lose weight? Well, you're on this channel, so obviously you should know, but I got a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, otherwise known as a gastric sleeve. What they do is they cut out, it's not the same as a bypass. What they do is they cut out 3/4 of your stomach. Basically, it's like your stomach's like this, pretty much. They cut all this off. So you're left with just a straight tube that goes down your esophagus to your intestines with a tiny little pouch. I've heard it's impossible to stretch your pouch unless you try really hard, and I've heard you can stretch your pouch. So I don't really know. I know that I haven't stretched mine because I can't eat shit, but that's what I did. How much did it cost? It is a very expensive procedure, but it did not cost me anything because I was publicly funded. I don't know what steps you have to take in America or anywhere else. I know that you can get it paid for by your insurance because I've seen people talk about it. I don't know what steps you would take. I know that if you're in New Zealand, you go to your GP and you ask them to refer you, and they have, a certain amount that they approve every year. I think it was like for the South Island here, it was like 20 a year or something, so not very many. And I was lucky enough to get approved. And what they do is they take into account, you've got to prove that you've tried everything else. You've tried and failed at everything else. And your age versus like your weight, how much you have to lose, how sick you are, how much your general life can be improved if you get the surgery. And they put that on a scale against other people, and depending on how high you rate on the scale is your probability of getting accepted. And if you fail once, then you can keep trying. Do you have loose skin? I do have loose skin. A lot of people try to say I don't, but I do, totally. I've got like a lot of skin here that is loose and just hanging down. I've lost all my muscle as well. On my neck, I have a ton of loose skin. This didn't used to be here. My neck was really big and now it's really small, and I've got so much flappy loose skin on my neck. I will stand up and show you my stomach. I just have underwear on so that I can show you my stomach without it being pushed in by pants or something. So let's see. Make sure nothing's hanging out that's not supposed to be. All right. So on my stomach, this is loose skin here. So you can see it just kind of drapes down. Without this, I would be a lot smaller, but I've got it there on my legs. I've got it everywhere, basically. But I've asked my doctor if this was fat or if it was loose skin, because to me it just looks like fat. So he had an exam and a feel, and he says that's just skin, because like my skin's really thick, and so it looks like fat, but he says that's just skin, which kind of sucks, because now if I wear something tight, I've got this pooch here that looks like fat, and it's not. And whereas when I was even heavier than this before, I had a flat stomach. So let's see. Did it hurt? The actual surgery doesn't hurt because you're, put under, but when you wake up, you're really sore and it does really hurt, and you have scars, and then your scars itch. Even now, like over a year later, my scars still itch, but you, like, everything's different, just your whole life is different. But as far as it like hurting, it doesn't really hurt. No, you get scared thinking, oh my god, they've just cut most of your stomach out, and it's like, oh my god, I don't want to jiggle around or move around. I don't want my stitches to pop open and my stomach contents to spill out of me. You get kind of scared because there are complications that can happen. What can you eat now? Fuck all. Typically now, like, I get full really, really fast, and it's why I'm pretty unhealthy, actually, because I can't eat, and so since I can't eat, I don't like to eat because it's kind of not really worth it. But say, like a broccoli floret, you know, if you go to like Asian food, they have the little chunks of broccoli. It's probably about, the stick is about this big, and then you got the little head on it, but overall the whole piece isn't probably more than that big, and then it's about that wide where the head is. I can eat 3 of those, and then I'm full. I can eat 1 egg. I can eat 1, possibly 2 bites of like steak. If I get a burger, because sometimes I still get takeout or whatever, fast food. If I get a burger, it's rare to do it sometimes, but if I get a burger, I'll take it apart, and like the bottom bread is 1 meal, the top bread is 1 meal, and then the meat in the middle is another separate meal. So 1 burger is 3 full meals for me. I can't eat sushi. I can't eat rice. It doesn't really want to go down. A lot of things, like one day I'll be able to eat it, but then the next day I won't. It changes like daily what gets stuck and what doesn't want to go down. So eating is not very good. It's not fun. And in New Zealand, you can't find a lot of the stuff that you can find, like that I see online, posted in the forums, the weight loss forums, like the protein water and things like that. You really can't find a lot of variety here, and so the stuff, the very, very small amount of stuff that they do sell here, I either don't like or I can't eat it. So it just makes eating really unpleasant. Can you talk about hair loss? I lost a lot of hair. My hair is barely growing back. I noticed this little chunk here the other day, and I got really scared thinking that my hair was falling out again. Logan thinks that it's regrowth, which is what it would have to be, actually. So you can see it's quite short. It's longer than it was when I noticed it, but he thinks that the hair's just kind of been growing out, which means that's quite a bit of hair that I would have lost. And then, you know, like, I've just cut my hair and I don't like the way I cut it, so I just kind of moved it to the side. But I'm not as bald up here anymore as I was. My hairline's not as far back. I've got lots of baby hairs growing in. All this is baby hair. So it's taken about a year. My hair's finally coming back, which is awesome. But I did lose so much hair, handfuls. I've lost piles like that every single day. Now I might lose maybe that much after my shower. I just kind of go like that, and it's very, very little, hardly anything at all. So I know that my hair is doing much better. What else can I try to lose weight if I can't get the surgery? I get asked this a lot as well. The pre-op diet is called OptiFast, and I have another video about it, but whatever. OptiFast, you can't buy in America without a doctor's prescription, probably because Americans will abuse it, but anywhere else you can find it. You still might be able to find it somewhere in America, but it's a meal replacement. It tastes amazing. Best I've ever tried. Really, really, really good. Like, I could sit there and live off of that shit. It basically, like, I think in the morning you have a shake, and for lunch you might have a shake and food, and for dinner you have a shake and food. And they have like shakes or soups or desserts like mousse and stuff, or bars, and the bars are really good. Like, everything's so full of flavor. It doesn't taste medicinal or, you know, have that proteiny aftertaste, and it's nothing like that. And your body basically goes into I forgot what it's called, but you start pissing out ketones, because you're depriving your body of like all sugar, all carbs and stuff. And but it's nutritionally complete at the same time. So you'd have to look it up. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it does because I don't remember anymore, but it is really good. And I saw on the website people have been on just OptiFast and not the surgery and have lost upwards of 50 pounds. So you can lose on that, and it tastes so good. You're like retraining your body how to eat and everything, and you can fill up on like all the greens that you want, and water and sugar-free candies and things like that. And I think that's a really, really good option for people who can't get the surgery if you can get a hold of OptiFast. And the last question is, how did it affect your tattoos? And I get asked this so much because I have so many tattoos, and they're like, how did the weight loss affect? All it's done is made my tattoos darker, pretty much. I was big, but I guess compared to some people, I wasn't big, and so it didn't really change too much. My chest obviously didn't change. I mean, my arms, pretty much that was already shit. That was shit. Um, didn't really change because before my skin was stretched out. Now it's, you know, smaller, so the tattoos are more where they were supposed to be. Instead of being here, they were now here. But they're not full of stretch marks. They're not scarred up. They're not distorted. Nothing like that. So I'd say if you are gonna try to lose weight and say you have 70 pounds or less to lose, it's safe to get a tattoo now, because when you lose weight, it won't be too distorted. I can't speak for more than 70 because I've only lost about 70 pounds myself. Anything more than that, I couldn't tell you, but I think that if you've got about that to lose, you should be pretty safe. That's all the questions that I have right now. I hope that this helped. If you've got any more questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you guys at some other point. Maybe I'll do another outfits video or something. I'm about a kilo up right now because I'd stopped eating for a couple of days because I've been sick, and when I'm sick, I don't really like to eat. And so when I stop eating and then I eat, you know, your body holds on to everything. And so right now I'm like a kilo more than I was about a week ago, and a kilo might not seem like much, but to me it's like, and so I'm gonna wait until I feel thin again to do an outfit video and stuff. And so we'll see how that goes, and I guess I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.